Alright guys, so the basic idea for the lab is first and foremost we're going to take our happy wipe and always make sure that we're wiping down all the surfaces we're going to use on the skin fold caliper. So our partner can go ahead and be able to measure us appropriately throughout all of these different measurements. We also get to wear our happy visor, our mask, and our gloves the entire time. If you are not wearing those when you're working in the lab, you're getting kicked out and getting a 0 on the lab. So, the first measurement that Igor is going to take is going to be the tricep. The tricep measurement is going to be half the distance between your AC joint and your olecranon process. So he's going to grab, in that halfway point, both the skin and the fat up, and then he's going to go ahead and measure, closing the caliper with the one hand until he gets a good measurement to click in. Then he's going to open the caliper, and then he's going to release the skin fold, and then he's got his measurement. And he came up with a number of 5. Now he's going to do the measurement again after we go through all the other sites. We're not there yet, so let's keep going. The next measurement, when he's on the back side of the body, is going to be the scapula or subscapular. So he's going to find the diagonal point of the scapula. You need to go up and to the left a little bit. You'll feel that bone eventually. There's a lot of stuff on top of it. So he's going to grab on that diagonal both the skin and the t-shirt and take that measurement. You can grab a little bit harder if you want. It's okay. I'm not made of glass. And he's going to have that measurement. We go ahead and write that down. And notice when he finishes, he's going to push this dial back out. So he's going to open up and be able to take the full measurement. Now, you're going to feel the bony part of the bottom of the scapula, and you're going to grab on that diagonal. Most other skin folds we're going to grab are going to be vertical. In fact, the next one we're going to go is the abdominal, which is you find the belly button, and we'll have the partner put their finger in their belly button because we're not going to pull up the shirt. He's going to go 2 inches to the right, and then he's going to go ahead and take the vertical fold. And at this point, I'm going to regret all that food I've ever eaten. You are very nice when you do this, just so we're clear. There you go. Good. You're being way too gentle, dude. You're being way too gentle. But I appreciate it. The next measurement we're going to go ahead and do is going to be the suprailiac. So we take a line from the front of my armpit. It's going to go down until I feel my hip bone. So I'm going to go ahead and feel that. I'm going to grab on the 45 for him, just so it's easy. And then he's going to go ahead and measure, and that's going to be my suprailiac. That's why we reset the caliper. It's okay. It happens.
Oh, that's stuck.
Did we break it? No. Oh, no, your glove got stuck. There you go. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and hold that measurement. He's going to go ahead and pinch it in so he gets just the skin and the fat. Good. He's going to open it on up, and then we're going to take that measurement. Now, since this t-shirt is really thin, we're not going to have to subtract any extra, but if you're wearing a thicker t-shirt, we're going to go ahead and measure that out. We're going to show that more when we get to Ihor in the lower body. The next one is going to be the pectoral. So we take half the distance on males from the nipple to the armpit, and we take on the diagonal. So I can go ahead and grab that again for him, and he's going to be able to go on in and measure. Now on ladies, we are only going 1/3 of the distance starting from the armpit to the nipple, and we do not need to actually see where the nipple is at. We're going to guess, okay? But it's just going to be 1/3 the distance, so it's going to be much tighter into the armpit. So the easier way to make this work in that situation is you're going to have your arm resting on your partner's shoulder, so you widen this structure out, and then you're going to be able to get into that 1/3 a lot more easily. Now the next one is going to be the mid-axillary. So we find the xiphoid process, the bottom of the rib cage, and we're going right perfectly underneath the armpit. So I'm going to hold my arm out to the side so Ihor is going to be able to get underneath. He's going to go ahead and grab that vertical fold and take that measurement. Good. And once again, we will be writing these numbers down as we go through. Now the last two we're going to go ahead and do are going to be the thigh. The reason we're doing the thigh is Ihor is tall, so we don't have to go as far. So he's going to put all of his weight on his, switch legs for me, bud, on his left leg, and then he's going to offer me this right leg. Half the distance between the inguinal folds, so when you bend our knee, to our actual knee, that's where we're going to go ahead and measure. So for Ihor, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to have you take this. We're going to go ahead and grab the thigh. Yeah, he's a lean dude. Close it until we take the measurement. Open. You were really lean. Nice job, bud. And now we've got the thigh measurement. Now for some folks, you have to grab a little bit harder. We're not going to worry about doing all this on the skin. We're just wearing clothing that makes it easy. If he was wearing like really thick sweatpants, like the ones you were kind enough to bring, we're actually going to measure the thickness of his sweatpants, which is going to be about 2 millimeters, and we're going to subtract 2 millimeters from all those scores when we go through there. Now the last but not least we're going to have him go and do is the calf measurement. And he's going to typically do this with his right leg, but we're going to have him put his left leg up here just to be easier to see. We're going to take the biggest girth, and unlike me, he actually has calves. So we're going to take the biggest part of his calf, which is right here, grabbing on the inside. We're going to take that skin fold caliper. We're going to go ahead and close it till it measures, relax and relax, and a grand total of what ends up being about 5 millimeters, because Yehor is a skinny guy. So we've got tricep, half that distance. We've got pec on the diagonal. Remember, half for guys, 1/3 for ladies. We've got the ab measurement. We've got the suprailiac, which is feel your hip bones right there on top on that 45. It naturally slants in. We have the mid-axillary, which is going to be that vertical underneath your armpit. The subscapular, which is going to be right underneath our thigh and then our calf. Now, after we've done all those, we're going to go ahead and hand on over, and we're going to use the Omron body fat monitor. We're going to wipe these things down before we use them, and we will then have to take off our gloves. I'm not taking off my gloves, but you're going to, from there, actually, yeah, if you want to, that's okay. So, we're going to hit him as normal. Yehor is 6'2". So we're going to go ahead and change the numbers until we get to 6'2". Hit set. He has a body weight of 182 pounds. So we're going to go ahead and come on over here. Get up to 182. Hit set. His age is definitely not 40. We're going to go with 23. Right?
22.
22, man.
Almost 23.
Almost 23. And he is male for the gender. So we're going to go ahead and have him grab, holding nice and strong. And then we should be able to hit start, and it's going to go ahead and start the measurement. Once he gets that measurement, he's going to go ahead and write down those values. And that's what you guys are going to put in for the Sozo. The Tanita scale. Yeah, you're really lean. In case you guys were wondering at home, if Yehor is a pretty lean dude. But you're going to write in the body fat percentage. And then the last thing we're going to go ahead and do is come on over to